All right, hello. How do you do? I hope you're having a nice time. It's another day, and we're still on the subject of fasting. And today, like I promised, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of fasting. So, in a very quick one, I'm going to be talking about 5 to 6 purposes of fasting. All right, so that you know the right reasons to fast. All right, so quickly, one of them is to keep you focused. Right, we are under a lot of pressure in the world. A lot of things are looking for our attention. A lot of things are distracting us. But once you apply fasting to your prayer session, all right, it has a way of affecting your psychology. It has a way of forcing you to pay attention. So fasting has a way of forcing you to pay attention. It has a way of causing you to focus. All right, it has a way of bending you to focus on God. All right, it has a way of forcing you to focus on your spirituality, your spiritual activity. All right, so that is one purpose of fasting. Then secondly, fasting disciplines the flesh. Fasting, as you continue to engage in it, it has a way of cutting off your appetites. Fasting has a way of attacking your appetite, not just necessarily appetite for food. There are other appetites that your body or your flesh wants. But as you engage in fasting, as you engage in denial, it's an exercise like I taught you in some previous video. It's an exercise, and what exercises does is that it makes you get used to the activity. It makes your body get used to that activity, that lifestyle. All right, so it is a way of disciplining your flesh. So fasting also increases your spiritual sensitivity. Like I told you, fasting is an exercise, and every exercise has what it does. It affects your flexibility. All right, it makes you easily connect. Once you are into an exercise, no matter the exercise, what it does is that the more you practice, the easier it becomes to carry out that activity. So it becomes a training session. All right, so fasting is an activity that affects your spiritual sensitivity. It makes you easily connect with God. It makes your spirit sensitive to activities of other spirits around you, activities of the things going on that you cannot see, because you have exercised your spirit so much that it has become very aware of your spiritual surrounding. All right, so that is why sometimes you find it easy to connect with God in an atmosphere of God. You connect easily. That is because your spirit has been trained and has become very light. All right, so that is one purpose of fasting, to make you spiritually sensitive. Another purpose of fasting is that it shows God how serious you are for what you are asking. All right, it has a way of picturing you before God as to the extent you are willing to go to get what you are asking. All right, it has a way of showing seriousness. All right, so one of the purposes of fasting is that it shows how serious you are on the subject matter for which you are fasting. Another purpose of fasting is that it shows remorse. It shows remorse. All right, it shows that you are willing to punish yourself first. You are willing to lay down yourself. You are willing to be humble before God. You are willing to punish yourself first while you ask God for forgiveness. It shows that you are remorseful for whatever way you have gone wrong in your approach to God. That is why you see some characters in the Bible, when they offend God, they rent their clothes, they go on fast, they put ashes on their head, they remove their good clothes and put on ash. All right, it shows remorse. It shows God that you understand that you have offended him, and you are beginning the punishment yourself and then asking him for mercy. It shows remorse. So that is one of the purpose of fasting. So generally speaking now, fasting is also an exercise. All right. If we are running a Christian race, if we are running a heavenly race, then that means you're an athlete. And every athlete has certain exercises they do in order to become flexible, in order to become fit for the challenge, for the competition. Right? So fasting is one of the exercises that, as an athlete that is on the heavenly race, that is one of the exercises you must engage in order to keep you flexible, in order to train your spirit, in order to train your soul, in order to train your body to be focused on the goal. So it's an exercise. We have come to the end of the purposes of fasting, and I hope you get value from this content. And God bless you as we continue to grow in grace.